Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is time once again to play Plants vs. Zombies 2. I hope you guys are having a great day. It just hailed here a little bit, but produce at least 2,000 sun. Well, okay. So, quick recap. That was not part of the recap. So the T-Rex chomps on zombies and they run away, making them a lot faster. And the raptors and whatever that yellow dinosaur is, I still don't know what the name of that guy is. But he swings his tail and they kick the zombies all over the place, which could be really good or really bad, because the zombie could be knocked into a lane where your plants aren't quite prepared. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick with the old strategy of repeater and torchwood. So, thankfully I don't see any pterodactyls. By the way, they carry a zombie to the back, and then they act like a digger zombie, where they'll move to the right and then eat all your plants. So we don't need to worry about protecting the back row. Alright. With that introduction out of the way, let's go with... I mean, we are in the primal era, so let's go with primal walnut, primal potato mine. I'm keeping the regular sunflower because even though the primal sunflower gives more sun per pop, it's just too slow you really need a lot of them for it to be useful. So I'm going to stick with the modern sunflower. Alright. Oh, and yes. How could I forget the double perfume shroom? And Hypno. Hypnospace is really, really cool. All the kids are talking about it at school. Hypnospace, 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 hypnospace. Do 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 do. Does anyone remember that? I vaguely remember that. So lately, what I've noticed... Oh, I forgot to bring it. I'll bring it in the next level. I purchased Cactus. Now, if you remember in the first game, Cactus was basically a glorified pea shooter, except they shot down balloon zombies. In this game, they do not target any type of flying zombies. Instead, you'll see it when I play with it, but they threw laser bean, scaredy shroom, and spikeweed in a blender, and you get the new Cactus. I am doing really poorly right now. Okay, that lawnmower is going bye-bye. What in the heck is going on? I think it's got a bad start. Yeah, if you get a bad start, it doesn't matter if you're playing the first one or the second one. If you get a bad start, the level is just going to be you scrambling to try to win. Part of the problem is I keep spending all this money on the perfume shrooms, but it's kind of necessary, otherwise the dinosaurs are just going to wreck your whole strategy. And yes, the raptors can kick away gargantuars in one kick. So that is vital. Well, despite that very poor beginning, we have clutched a victory. Speaking of gargantuars, I didn't even know he was here. I forgot all about that dude. Oh my god. I gotta start paying attention to these. Man. Alright, okay. Okay, new plan. Repeater because I'm focusing so much on the perfume shrooms, I just need like a slightly less expensive attacker. Let it be Rutabaga. Rutabaga is very similar to Starfruit, so you can spam them, and then once you get a lot of them, they're very good. And let's show off. Where is it? Oh, where has my little Jack gone? Oh, where could he be? There he is. Cactus. So its projectiles go through up to 3 zombies. And if somebody gets near it, it'll like go underground, but it can't be eaten. It like turns into a spikeweed. Look at that little imp go. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, check it. Ooh, yeah. Anyway. Get a little more sun here. Yeah, we need sun. So see, it just goes right through them. Alright, so my plan is more sunflower. I want at least 2 columns. And then spam Rutabaga. And then when Cactus gets up close, watch this. See, it just hides underground. Thank you. Come again. Oh, God. No. I'm not SpongeBob. I'm not ready. Okay, we're about halfway there, but we're about halfway through the level. I need more sunflowers. Don't ask me how a cactus can grow in this environment. Okay, so far, this is actually working. I'm going to save the perfume shroom for those T-Rexes. T-Ry? No, T-Rexes. Cactus is really useful for these imps. They're fast, but they're weak. Oh, I was a little late there. Oop, he can still be smashed by Gargantuar, though. Alright, any second now. Let's let the lawnmower kill him. Okay, this time, we actually followed the directions, and we got 2,000 sun. So yeah, there's Cactus. And then if you give Cactus a plant food, it becomes like twice as powerful. Does twice the damage, both when it's shooting and when it's hiding. Now, one thing I've noticed lately is they've been introducing a lot of new plants, but the majority of them aren't that good. So, for example, there's Buttercup, which like sprays butter on the ground. So when the zombies step on it, it's like getting buttered. But it's only 1 butter per tile. Plus, I think it only affects either 1 zombie or they have to be in a clutter. Oh, real quick. All the way to the right, near the bottom, that guy with the bone in his chin, that is a bully. He is immune to the primal pea shooter. He he cannot get damaged by the primal pea shooter, nor can he get knocked back by it. So he really is a big bully. But there's like a gazillion other plants to use, so he's not really all that tough. And now we do have pterodactyls. Pterodactyls the worst, really. Okay, Bonk Choy is going to be a godsend, especially for when zombies get carried to the back. Alright, perfume and perfume. So nice, you say it twice. Okay, Puff Shroom. Honestly, we don't have to worry about any kind of like sun requirement or anything like that. So let's try Rhotabega again. And you know what? Let's give Cactus another shot, because that actually worked pretty well. And take a shot every time I say the word and. Alright. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready, Freddy. No, it's Larry. So as I was saying, it's like style over substance. Like they pump out all these plants and most of them are like very mediocre. And worse, you don't use diamonds, you don't even use money. What you have to do, get this. I misclicked. So, and I just missed. Wow, great. Wow. Great job. Anyway, after that horrible start, I don't even remember what I was saying now. I have completely and utterly lost my train of thought. But I'm not going to lose this level. That I can tell you. See, a lot of plants, but not really the cream of the crop. And also, in other news, now I don't know how long ago this happened, because it just got uncovered on Twitter. Now, I don't really use Twitter. I actually found out on YouTube. Somebody on YouTube found out on Twitter, and then they shared that information via YouTube. Apparently, Rich Werner, the art designer for the first Plants vs. Zombies, he had like a whole script. He had a whole script for a Plants vs. Zombies movie, and it was supposed to be animated. And ever since I discovered this game, I've wanted a movie about it. Because even if it's corny, no pun intended, like, unlike other video games, there's actually a lot of substance you can do with it. You can have like an Avengers. If you've ever seen the Captain Underpants movie, that's kind of what I want it to be, like just a fun romp. You know, something that you're not supposed to take too seriously. It's just like a fun zombie movie. Almost like a Double Tap or Zombieland. You know, you could make a lot of references. It'd be really cool. So he did that, and he pitched the idea to DreamWorks, and they were like, no, get out of here. And that movie was canceled. Which I know movies get canceled all the time, so I'm not too upset about it. But we get movies like the Emoji Movie and Battlefield Earth, and I meant to put a Bonk Choy there. You know, we get these movies, they get greenlit, yet the Plants vs. Zombies movie gets canned. Now, I know people are pretty skeptical about movies based on video games, especially after we got the original Mario movie way back in the 80s. No, I wasn't alive in the 80s, but my dad was. Well, he was born in the 80s, he grew up in the 90s, kinda. So that's how I found out about that Mario movie, because he showed me. Go figure. And I think that kind of scared all of the movie people away from... Ooh, Last Stand. I love Last Stands. There's no chicken guys. There's no weasel. There's really no threat to my ultimate weapon. Plus, he gave me 3,000 sun. It can one-shot Gargantuars, and it looks very cute. Electric Blueberry. I'm sorry that I've been, like, interrupting myself, but that's just how I talk and tell stories. Like, it's not going to be a linear thing. You just got to keep up. Feel free to pause or rewind if you need to. Alright, really the rest can just be whatever. I really do not give a hizzity hozzity as to what else I pick. Just get a blueberry. Oh, these zombies are dead. It's just... Can we just skip this level? I mean, it's just over. It's over. And we've had some pretty successful hits. Like, we've had Wreck-It Ralph, or at least the first one. We've had, what was that? Sonic, Detective Pikachu. You know, there have been quite a few successful video game movies. So I'm surprised that they canned Plants vs. Zombies. Because that's a classic. It's not like something that came out a few years ago and was terrible. Now, granted, it is kind of on life support now, because there was the first one. There was the first Plants vs. Zombies, which came out in 2009. And then in 2013, we got this game. And then we got the Garden Warfare games, which are basically Call of Duty, but with Plants vs. Zombies characters. And then, now this was canceled, but apparently there was something called Pvz World Tour, where it was sort of like this one, where it was different time periods, except it was different places around the world. And, you know, there was like snow levels, desert, like different geographical places. And then, of course, there's Plants vs. Zombies 3. I think that's been out for maybe a year now. So when it first came out, it was riddled with like glitches, and it was virtually unplayable. And then they recalled it, they re-released it, and just barely 24 hours ago, they took it down again because they found more problems with it. Now, I may or may not make a video about this, but I did play it for like a day, and it was a stinker. So even though the series has really gone downhill, I think there's still a lot you could do with a PvZ movie. There's a lot of potential there. And then people were making jokes like, oh, imagine if Chris Pratt was Crazy Dave. Honestly, Chris Pratt would make a... Now, it's animated, so it wouldn't have to be actually him. Like, in the flesh. But I think he'd make a pretty good Crazy Dave. Okay, I've been playing pretty poorly. I gotta focus. So many plants here. Sometimes And let's make sure we get the right mushroom this time. Because last time that was just embarrassing. Alright. There's no Gargantuar, so we can do spikes. Just as like free damage that won't take up any space. And Bonk Choi to protect the back. And last, but most certainly not least, Puffshroom. Puffshroom is good. Really, the only time Puffshroom isn't good is when you've got one of those levels where you can't lose more than a specific number of plants because they eventually disappear, and that counts as losing a plant. But other than that, there's really no bad time for Puffshroom. because it's free. So even if it's not part of your strategy, you can still, like, if a zombie's coming up at you, you can still quickly place it down to stall them for a bit. So yeah, Puff Shroom is still very, very OP. And this thing, I think my Puff Shroom is just level 5. It goes up to, like, at least 10. Okay, the bottom row. So basically, from here on out, these levels get really hard. Not just in this world, but in the rest of the worlds. So we're going to be losing at least one lawnmower almost every level. So just get used to that. I don't know why I keep saying we like you're playing with me. It's just a bad habit. I know it's not grammatically correct, but I just can't help it. This is just chaos. Like, you think you're doing good, and then either a pterodactyl brings somebody to the back, or a T-Rex just chomps somebody, and then all of a sudden, like, half your plants are gone. You're like, what the heck happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. The dinosaurs happened. Yeah, this is one of the hardest levels in the game, or worlds. You know what I mean. Especially the latter half. But we have Bonk Choy and Puff Shroom and Perfume Shroom. I think, well, I guess the fact that Perfume Shroom only affects one lane, it makes it not as useful, but even still, it's a necessity. Because without the Perfume Shroom, like, zombies would be being whacked all over the place, and you wouldn't win. You would not. Okay, technically it's possible, but it would be a living heck. Wait, that one doesn't have a thing. That doesn't have a thing. That doesn't have a thing. I thought that had a lawnmower, but it didn't. I forgot which lane had lost a lawnmower. I honestly keep this. I just played poorly. They say give me 1,000 good plants, and I'll kill the entire horde. But that's no good if you're stupid. And it's not because I'm talking. Like, at first, like, I couldn't really multitask, but I've been doing this for a few months, so I've kind of mastered, like, talking and playing at the same time. So at least when I lose, it is from a game standpoint, like, oh, I just didn't play well enough. Not, I got distracted because I was talking about the Plants vs. Zombies movie. Okay, I've got an idea. Despite what I just said, I'm just going to contradict myself. I'm not going to worry too much about the Perfume Shroom, because I feel like that, despite it being a necessary evil, it's too evil. Because with the slow recharge combined with its price, plus I'm using 2 of them, I'm not actually making a defense. So even if you have dinosaurs, what's really the point? So I know I just went on this whole thing, but I'm going to ignore the Perfume Shroom and just see what happens. Well, so far we haven't lost. Usually we would have lost like at least one lawnmower by now. I think the trick is you do the Perfume Shrooms later, not earlier. Because if you start with the Perfume Shrooms, the dinosaurs are complete random. So I think that is where I've been going wrong. I know this episode has been kind of slow, mostly because I keep sucking at the game. But at the very least, I think I figured out what the problem is. It's because I suck. No, I'm just kidding. It's because my strategy was not optimal. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now this is a bit more like it. I wonder if we can still get to 5 levels in this video. I'm gonna guess we've been playing for about 25 minutes. So I'm gonna finish this level. I'm gonna play one more level, and then I'm gonna finish the video. Okay, now this also applies to the second game most of the time. If you make it to the final wave with all of your lawnmowers, you've won. You don't need to do anything. Yes, that's cheap, but when the game gets this intense, I don't really feel sorry. Boop. Okay. One more. Uno mas. Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh, wait, we did play 5 levels. Just took longer to get through them all. Now, I'm terrible at actually determining how much time has passed. So I think it's been 25 minutes, but for all I know, it could be more. 24. So this might be a slightly longer video. And I'm sorry. And honestly, what in the... There's nothing new. And I'll make a video... When I finish the game, I might make a video about my final thoughts on Plants vs. Zombies 2. But I think some of this really could have been cut down. This is literally the same level. Okay, I think they added one more... Not a new dinosaur, but they added like another dinosaur that we've encountered. But it feels like they're just repeating ideas. So some of this really I should probably skip a few of these levels. Because at its core, it's really just the same thing over and over again. I'm just going to take one perfume shroom and see how that does me. You sick of me saying perfume shroom yet? If you forget alcohol, if you took a shot of water every single time that I said perfume shroom, since I started this world, you'd be dead. If it was water, you'd be dead. If it was air, you'd be dead. Okay. No gargantuar, so spikes are a definite. And squash. Yeah, I feel like some of this really could have been cut or shortened or truncated or something. Because, like I said, like this level feels very... There's a lot of levels that just kind of blend together. And some of it just kind of feels like padding. You know, they probably wanted more levels. I didn't check. Are there any pterodactyls? Because if so, there's no reason for me to be putting the bonk choys this far back. And that's probably another reason these videos are slower. Is because these bonk choys are short-ranged. And I'm putting them way at the back. But I gotta put some short-range thing in the back. Because if there are pterodactyls, then I'd lose 9 times out of 10. Now imagine playing this without any sunflowers. Now for privacy reasons, I don't know if he wants his name out there, so I'm not going to say his name. But there's a guy, he's a legend. First, he beat Plants vs. Zombies, the adventure mode, the first game, with no sunflowers. And then he went back and tried the survival modes and minigames. I'm not going to spoil if he succeeds or not. And then just when I thought it couldn't get any crazier, he did a new challenge where he only used 2 types of plants per level. And then he did it again a third time, but with no symmetry. So, like, each row had to be a different plant. Like what I'm doing right now, and that challenge would be illegal. I don't think any of that would be possible in this game. I know I haven't really watched. There's been videos about it. Okay, there were definitely no pterodactyls, and I just wasted my time. Well, it's the final wave, and we have our lawnmowers. So, guess what? We win. We win. Oh, wait, there were pterodactyls. Okay, never mind. No eating breaks tonight. No eating breaks tonight. No eating breaks tonight. We're on a diet. Pvz World Tour, West Wall Bay, Sydney. Alright, come on, come all. Get mown to bits by my stone lawnmower. Step right up, folks. Step right up. Don't be shy. Actually, you know what? Punch out. And because he's going the other way, once the bully dies, he will automatically die. Oh yeah. Just imagine that. You die because you have no purpose. Like, once your purpose is gone, that's it. You're dead. You're no longer valuable to zombie society. How sad. Like I said, I do try my best to keep these no longer than 30 minutes. I definitely failed. I'm afraid to look at the time. I'm sorry. It definitely went over 30 minutes, I can already tell. But even so, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this ride with me. And I'll see you next time. Toodaloo. Cheerio.